Hi everyone, welcome back to a new video on the channel. It's been a long time since I last posted any sort of Newcastle United content on this channel. I believe it's been over 3 years, which is a long time. I didn't think that I would be back anytime soon. I just wanted a break from YouTube. And I just felt like today was the right opportunity to talk all things Newcastle United and what's going on at the football club. It's not been a good time supporting this football club, I'm not going to lie. It's been very frustrating at times. But I will make one thing clear. I am not Eddie Howe out. I am Eddie Howe in. And I totally respect your opinion if you're Eddie Howe out. That is your personal opinion. But I'm going to give you my reasons why Eddie Howe is the right man for the job and should stay at Newcastle United for now. So I'll do a quick review on the Crystal Palace game. It finished at Selhurst Park. Crystal Palace 1, Newcastle United 1. And I'm sat here relieved rather than angry. I've seen a lot of fans' reactions yesterday of the last minute equaliser for Crystal Palace in the 94th minute. That ultimately cost us the 3 points, and we have dropped 2 points, as a result. I'm relieved because we are lucky to have picked up 1 point, let alone all 3. Yesterday simply wasn't good enough. We should have lost that game, again, in my opinion. Crystal Palace were by far the better side. They had the better chances. Munoz, who in the end scored the equalising goal, missed a sitter in the first half. Crystal Palace missed a catalogue of chances, and that's why they're in trouble. That's why, they are hovering around the relegation zone, and why they are going to be in big trouble this season unless they do something about it in the January transfer window. The focus, of course, will go on my club, Newcastle United, and the troubles. This has been an ongoing problem for a while. It's not something that's just sort of happened overnight. We're really poor against West Ham on Monday night. Lost 2-0. Could have been 3 or 4. But then again, that first half against West Ham, if we'd been more clinical, we could have been 3 or 4-1 up. Anyway, that game's gone. We're playing Crystal Palace and we're struggling. And yet we were worse in that match. Like, how can you go from playing poorly against West Ham, against a struggling Crystal Palace side, and play worse? Crystal Palace are struggling. But then the real problem at Newcastle United is it's been the recruitment. Like, yes, fans want Eddie Howe to leave, and that's fine. But I think the owners need to take a little bit of responsibility for the change. Amanda Staveley's gone, Murdard's gone. It's never been the same, in my opinion. Since the change, what's really happened in terms of communication? Because under Murdard and Amanda, they were always communicating with the fans when things were going wrong. But soon something goes wrong now, the communication's skeleton. And I think that's reflecting, in the performances. Ultimately, the players are responsible, for getting results on the football pitch. Yes, Eddie Howe is the forefront. He's the manager. He barks out the instructions. But if the players can't follow that through and play so inconsistently, then that's down to them. That's down to how poor we are. And I knew that the results against the likes of Arsenal and Nottingham Forest, they were just paper over the cracks. Like, we're still in big trouble in terms of squad depth. Eddie Howe hasn't been backed for a good 2-3 windows. And again, that's a real concern, because if we want to kick on as a football club, then we should be doing better in the transfer market. There was talk in the summer that Eddie Howe just wanted Mark Gihey. I don't feel like there was a lot of truth in that. I feel, in my opinion, that was paper talk. Because then we panicked and went in for Elanga. I think that's something to do with the board. That's something that they need to control. We need to identify our targets. For me, there's something lost in communication between Eddie Howe and the board. There has to be. Because Eddie Howe doesn't become a poor manager overnight. I think his football is great. And I understand he makes poor decisions at times. He picks his favourites. That's fine. But, if you're not going to build on what we're trying to achieve, then we're never going to get anywhere. The facts are, and people will say, oh, you're just talking about the past. Again, that's fine, that's your opinion, but I'll just say it as it is, the facts. We've gone from being relegation fodder to finishing mid-table, jumping from mid-table to fourth. Say it as you wish, we deserve to come fourth, whether you say it's a fluke or not. The facts are the facts. Last season, we come seventh. And that was probably about right. And I feel like Eddie Howe done a fantastic job last season in the circumstances, getting to seventh when we didn't have a squad that was capable enough of doing something in the Champions League. Yes, it was a group of death. But again, it's down to the ownership. Why not strengthening the squad? So the squad can be capable of challenging on all fronts. And that's why we've dropped a few places. And I think we've done well to come seventh overall, given the number of injuries. At one point it was that we couldn't field a side, if any experience. And I was resigned that last season we were going to finish around lower mid-table because we simply don't have what it takes to challenge the best. And I kind of feel sorry for Eddie Howe and the squad of last season, because if it wasn't for Manchester United winning the FA Cup, we deserve a European spot based on that merit, but that's just not how it's panned out. Going into the summer just gone, that was a massive window for us, and again we've failed to capitalise. Yeah, you can blame FFP, PSR, but as a football club, I feel like we've become too nicey to footballers at a bang average. We struggle to move them on. That's because in the past we've given daft contracts, daft wages, and that's what's setting us back. But we should still be able to negotiate better. You know what I mean? It's not just been one poor window, it's been a couple of poor windows. And we're going to continue to fall behind unless we sort it out. And I feel like January coming up is massive. And managers like Eddie Howe or the board will make up excuses like it's a hard window. Yeah, I get it, but we've still got time to react. Look at where we are in the league, 10th. Yes, it's tight. A lot can happen, but just look at how inconsistent we've been this season. I see what Eddie Howe's trying to do. Yes, sometimes he doesn't help himself with the decisions he makes, but at the end of the day, the players that we have there, they're good enough to a degree, but there's not many options off that bench that can make it better. It says a lot when Sean Longstaff of the past is getting in the squad over Tonali. Like, what's he done? Do you know what I mean? He gets all this praise, like, oh, he's played for AC Milan, and yeah, granted, I get it, they're a massive club. We just played them recently in the Champions League. But what's he really done in this squad to say he's a world-class footballer? Because I haven't seen anything to suggest that. Yes, there's probably a way to go for him to improve, but with the current crop that we have, he's never going to improve. Not when he's becoming second option to the likes of Sean Longstaff. And then you look at the likes of Bruno, who's been made captain. I don't get that. I love Bruno. I appreciate what he's done for this football club. He's a talent, but he's not a leader. He's not a captain that's going to pull it together when things are going badly wrong. He's got too many errors in him. He picks up needless yellow cards, and he just overall struggles, when things don't go our way. We need talkers, even if it's just temporary. We're missing Kieran Trippier big time. Kieran Trippier he's been massive for this football club. I understand he's going to move on. He's getting older. But it just goes to show how important he was to, our football club being where it was up until the summer, getting 4th and 7th. But since he's been missing, we've really struggled. Apologies for the sunshine. That's just the way it is. It's not quite a bright weekend, is it, given how poor we've been this week. But it's just, I look at where there is talent, but I feel like the squad needs help. We do need, a new leader. Even if it's Dan Burn, temporary. Even if it is Sean Longstaff, temporary. Fabian Schär, who's been at the club a long time. Callum Wilson, if you can get him on the pitch. And I know Callum Wilson ain't good enough anymore. Yes, he's a goal scorer, but he's too injury prone. Should have left a long time ago. We've had offers in the last 2 windows. We haven't taken it. It's like, I look at the match yesterday against Crystal Palace, and Isak will get all his praise, but he's been woeful this season. What's he done? There's been talk that he's been linked with the likes of Arsenal, but playing like that is not going to get you a move to Arsenal. And the only way he'll get that next summer is just through what he's done in the past and through name. We know he's a talent, but he hasn't done enough for me. I don't know what Asula needs to do to get a game. Yeah, we paid 15 million for him, and I believe that was an Eddie Howe signing, but why is he not giving him a chance? 15 million down the drain by the looks of it. Yeah, he's going to miss chances, but is Isak perfect? Is Wilson perfect? No, they're not. So, we've got Liverpool coming up, and they don't get any easier. This lad needs minutes, otherwise he's going to be calling for a transfer, and I don't blame him at his young age. We know Wilson, you kind of barely keep him on the pitch. He needs to go in the summer. We know he's not going to go in January. We'll keep a hold of him. But, he needs to go. It's as simple as that. We need to strengthen. I'm saying more or less strengthen in the summer for a striker. If we can get it done in January, great. We definitely need a wide player as well, because we haven't got enough going out wide. Dan Burn or Shea aren't getting any younger. It's a problem. But at the end of the day, the facts are the facts. We're struggling because we haven't got enough depth. And yes, Eddie Howe makes the odd mistakes. But I'm not going to take anything away from Crystal Palace. They deserved that point. They deserved all three, in my opinion. And that is the reality check of this week. But the facts are the facts. We don't have the depth because of the poor transfer windows and not reacting enough. And if we're going to get taken seriously, we'll have to be better than this. Now, Eddie Howe has my full support. He at least deserves January window and the summer. If things don't improve next season, and you're talking like around September, October, yeah, granted, maybe it's the right time to change, but I don't want to make any knee-jerk reactions because of what's gone by this week. I know we're inconsistent, but we're going to get inconsistent results. We're now in the Christmas period where your games are coming thick and fast. We're battling in the Carabao Cup as well, and I think sometimes, yes, it's easy just to blame Eddie Howe, but you've also got to look deeper. The bigger picture is the owners. They need to do more in terms of who they're employing at the football club to help the manager to bring in the players to kick what on. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, there's plenty of that needs to be done to move it forwards. Otherwise, we're just going to stay static and we'll just be back to mid-table fodder. The table doesn't lie. We're the 10th best side in this league. Okay, we've got results I could go against with today, but the table doesn't lie. We're not a top 4 side. I mentioned this on PD Product's reaction video against West Ham on Monday night, and we're nowhere near. Right now, we're probably predicted we'll come 7th. We're about 7th to 10th in the league, and I'm proving to be right. But do I want us to improve? Yeah, of course I do. But right now, we're so bang average, it's untrue. We've got Liverpool on Wednesday. I'm not looking forward to it because we need to see changes, and if we start poorly, like we have against West Ham and Crystal Palace, it's going to be a long night. Anyway, hopefully I'm back very soon. Are you happy to see us back? Do you agree or disagree with what I've said? Put your comments down below. But if you did go to enjoy the video and you've never seen this channel before, please watch any videos from the past, like matchday vlogs, just to get an idea. Make sure you subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video from myself, and make sure that you hit the like button. Anyway, until the next one, take it easy, and away the lads.